Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. This is another show where we have a pre-match. Everton v West Ham. Big game. Big game. What we do is we talk about both teams' form, we do a lineup prediction, and we finish with a score prediction. So it's a really good pre-match, and we do want you to get involved. So do get involved in the comments. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe, the subscribers that go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. We're never quite sure why people unsubscribe, but then loads of people subscribe after. So the subscribers can be on like 30, they go down to 10, then they go up to 30. When I say 30, I mean 5,530 or something like that. But at the minute, I'm pretty sure they're on like 5,520, and there was up at 30. So if you can hit that like and subscribe, we want to get to 6,000. Get Toffee Bluecast, because Toffee Bluecast has done all the hard work. It's already on 5,500. Can't get to 5,500 without getting to 6,000. So I always say to Paul, I should push it more. But yeah, come on, get us to a decent size so we get more listeners. Because the way it works, and I'll just tell you quickly, is YouTube. It's a big algorithm where if you get more likes on it and get more views on it, we'll get more Everton fans on it, because people that click in Everton, then we'll see Toffee Bluecast and we'll get more people on the show. And that's what we want to do. So please help us with that. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe early, and it'll help the channel bring more Everton fans together before and after the game, because that's what we do it for. Paul, how are you?
I'm not bad. Yeah. My first week back in work after being off for a couple of weeks, not well. So it flew by. That's it. I was surprised. And I've just been waiting for the Toffees to get back on it again. And after this game, we're going to have a 2-week break again. So that's going to be a bit annoying. So we just got to enjoy the most out of tomorrow as we can.
Really weird at the minute, I feel, because it feels like we've had a really long break, which we did. Obviously, they went away. And then it feels like in between when we come back after they went away, it feels like we've had another break between the last game and this game. It feels quite long. Do you feel like that as well? Do you feel like that in the comments?
Yeah.
Let us know.
It does as well, doesn't it? It does. There's been, it feels absolutely ages. And the Wolves game as well, with it being a weird kickoff time. 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. That was really odd. So it just kind of floated by without us really acknowledging it. Not acknowledging it, but it just felt as though it just went.
I know this is pretty bad to say, but do you feel like it's because the Wolves game wasn't that satisfying and we wanted more when we come back from the Wolves game, and it just didn't tickle the taste buds, and literally it feels like we haven't had that game back yet because the Wolves game just was okay. That's probably what it is, isn't it? If we come back with a bang, it feel like we had a game. I just think, like, on what you've just said, I think you're kind of saying that I can't remember the Wolves game. I had to actually think, who did we play last? That's what I'm saying. The Wolves game was something that I've just forgotten already. So maybe that's the reason.
No, it was a lackluster performance, and it was easy forgotten. Emma let down for a pre-season tour to America because he has Oasis tickets. Sod them off. Honest to God. Forget that. Well, I hope it sorts itself out, Emma.
Let down. Let them know how you feel, Emma. Let them know how you feel, because
lots of international talk this week as well. Few things have happened this week, apart from people talking about America. Lots of American fans getting their very expensive tickets for games in Atlanta, I think, are we? So lots of people doing that. The new Canadian Prime Minister is an Everton fan. Mark Carney used to be Bank of England's boss. So now we've got Canada boxed off. And Moyes, manager of the month. Oh my God. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, and Moyes, he definitely deserves it. I did put a short up. I am really trying to push the shorts now as well. Me and Paul said we're going to push Toffee Bluecast to be the best it can be. We did miss happy half hour, but we had good reasons. Well, I probably had good reasons. But we will be back on it. And we'll keep pushing the Toffee Bluecast, don't worry. Content, loads of shorts have been putting out, loads of Everton stuff have been putting out, all the training videos have been putting out. We will push to give you really good content on the Toffee Bluecast. And like you just said, David Moyes, manager of the month, I put it up. He deserved it. He really did deserve it. And he's unbeaten in 8. And I think if you was to say to me, before Dyche got sacked and we was going to get a manager, you don't know who this manager is. If you was to say to me, you're going to get a manager come in when we hadn't won a game in how long and wasn't even having shots on target, you're going to have a manager come in and be unbeaten in 8 games and not losing the derby and do what David Moyes has done, I would have snapped your hands off.
No, yeah. I mean, and the thing is, the last time when it was 7 games, what was it? Was it 8 games or 7 games? 2017 was the last time that we'd done that, and then 2011, something like that, when we had 8 games. So it's been a while, and I saw Moyes' list of managers of the month. He's got 11 now, which is still miles behind, say, Wenger and Ferguson, but he's obviously he's
catching up,
3rd behind those. And it was quite often that he got it for us, particularly. It was every year, sort of, or certainly every other year. He had a belter one year, I think it was 2010, and he won it 3 months out of the season as well. So I hope it's not a curse. You know, I hope it's not curse of manager of the month. I hope it leads us on to 9 games unbeaten with a win.
Yeah, you don't want to do bad. After you get that award, all of a sudden David Moyes starts doing bad. You don't want them to kill off form just by giving him that trophy. But it doesn't surprise me because that you come out, Statman, Paul, coming out with the stats. But it doesn't surprise me that Moyes got a lot of the manager of the months with us because he overachieved, I feel, massively at times with us. He was often got us 5th position when with players that he shouldn't have. He often got us top 4 when you probably didn't expect it. So it doesn't surprise me that he had them on the list. We are just going through a few things before we go into this pre-match. And the comments are coming in. And, you know, we'll engage. We always do. Richo, a regular. I remember Richo from back in the day when I first started. Evening, Dan and Paul, all in the chat. Have I told you I have my season ticket? I'm in the corner upper tier above family area. Can't wait to be there. Looking forward to the summer transfer preseason in US. And I've seen everybody's views because everyone's obviously received where the view is. And it's on X. I've literally seen everyone's view, and I'm not going to lie. It's good that they've done that, and everyone's happy. It's nice to see Everton fans so happy about the new stadium.
It's brilliant, but I tell you what, I think I've maybe seen one person who's got a season ticket down one of the sides. Everyone's season ticket that I've seen seems to be in the south stand. It just seems to be behind the goal at some point. There's like one person I've managed to see who is down the sides, which I think is a fantastic view as well. There was one actually who was down in the corner flag of South Stand as well. That looked really good. But so many season tickets behind the goal. It's unbelievable, it really is.
I have literally got sinus tonight. I'm sniffling. Not even a cold, just sinus. But I'm just letting you know that, just in case someone thinks I've been snorting coke on the stream. It's not. I don't do drugs or anything like that, people. I have got an itchy nose. And I'm just letting you know early before someone crops that and I end up like live on X with 1 million freaking videos. So I don't think that'll happen, but I've covered it. But so the season tickets have come out. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else before we go into this. David Moyes in the press conference. What I've got to start doing, Paul, is I've got to start like writing notes down from the press because there's certain things that I like from the press and I need to write notes down and then talk about it on the channel. Just little bullet points of what I think he likes. And I get it word for word then if I write the notes down. So I'm going to tell you roughly what I liked. In the press conference, he mentioned, as you said earlier on, Jared Branthwaite. And I was really peed off peed off that Branthwaite didn't get in. It makes me straight away hate Tuchel, and it puts me off England a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because Branthwaite hasn't been picked. He's got to play under 21s now for England.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
no, I've not. I'll tell you what. The only thing I've heard about England is that the young lad who keeps getting sent off for Arsenal, he's in it, and Dan Burn is in it.
Well, Skelly's all right because he's a left back. I understand that, but he does get carded a lot. I think that's who you're on about, left back. But that's that Quinish, whoever, some Liverpool centre back called Quinish or something like that. He's in it.
Quinza, is it?
Yeah, Quinza or someone that doesn't even play for Liverpool centre back that much. And I can't. Henderson's in it. Yeah, he's in it as well. And do you know what? I've just thought Tuchel. What an absolute! I didn't want Tuchel in the first place because I thought, why would you get someone that's your rival Germany to try and win a World Cup for England? Like, that's pathetic for me. But I just think that's stupid. But then he's gone and dropped. But back to where I was going to go to, right? David Moyes in the press conference, he got asked about Branthwaite not picking. I think it was Julia that asked, or someone. A couple of people asked anyway, because it has been on X today. And obviously, Branthwaite probably would have expected him to get picked because he's been eight games unbeaten, not conceding many. It was said in the press that Tarkowski had a good shot getting picked. The fact none of them did, I think, was ridiculous. Now, Branthwaite, David Moyes went on to say, it's probably because we're not competing higher up and we're competing lower. And David Moyes said, well, I believe that Branthwaite should be in it. He's been one of the best by far. He goes, I've told Branthwaite to go in the under-21s and show them why you should be in it and make your way into it straight away and make Tuchel look basically stupid. So I like that from David Moyes. And David Moyes then went on to say, I think that's even more of a wake-up call that Everton Football Club need to get back to where they used to be. Because then he's competing for Europa League. That's what he said. And he said, like, if we was competing for Europa League, I think Branthwaite would have got picked. And that made me feel good because I don't think I would have heard that from Dyche, that David Moyes. If you spoke about, I can remember in the press, someone spoke about Everton getting Europa League to Dyche, and Dyche took the piss in the press after press after press, saying, you really think we're going to get Europa League? You're having a laugh. I told you you wasn't. And Dyche really hung on to that. He did. He hung on to it. And he didn't like that we thought we could push. Now, David Moyes has come in and he's like, I'm going to get you back to where we was, Europa League, what I did when I was first with you. So I do like that David Moyes has spoke like, you should be there. Everton Football Club should be at least competing for Europa League. We should be at least 8th, 7th, 6th. And then obviously, so I like that. I feel more ambitious from Moyes, but I feel like I'm in good hands to push me up that league and get us where we need to be. Don't want to be a relegation team.
I mean, that was Dyche's kind of layer of protection, wasn't it? Was that he kept saying, "Oh well, since I come in, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it ended up being, we're not quite good enough and everything else." But yeah, I'm with Scouse. I appreciate that he kept us up. But then if you look back at, say, what you're saying about all the press conferences and the after-match interviews and stuff from the last kind of, particularly in the last kind of 4 months that he was with us, it was all very much, we haven't got anyone who can do this. We can't play a particular way. We've got to do what we can do, that kind of attitude. And it's amazing how much of a flip side there actually was and is as well. Because these lads now, what was interesting was that Thelwell's obviously stated that he's going to be leaving in the summer. How many players came out sort of thanked Thelwell for it, but then didn't mention Dyche very much. So that even perhaps maybe says one or two things about it.
So many hot topics. That's what we're going to call it before the show. Hot topics that we have to freaking
hot topics. We'll do
hot
news,
topics. Yeah, hot news, topics. Yeah. That's what we can do. Hot topics at the start of the show, because Moyes said that Dyche had done a good job, but he mentioned Kevin Farewell. He actually sounded gutted that Kevin Farewell's going. He didn't really understand it that much. He said through a really tricky period, he feels Kevin Farewell did really well. And I put a short up saying, how do you think Kevin Farewell did? And a lot of people commented on X more than YouTube, do comment on the shorts if you get the chance, people. But we want to know how you feel. They did say Kevin Farrell did really well, and they probably feel sorry for him that he didn't really get to have. He was tied back. Do you know what I mean? He had his hands tied behind his back. He had a hard job. He had to make us survive instead of probably being the incredible sporting director he probably could have been. There was loads of players that Kevin Farrell wanted Kudus. He wanted Gyökeres. He got us Njai. We mentioned it before on the show. I honestly do think if you give him the proper free reins and he had actual financial balance, Kevin Farrell could have done well. So good luck to him. Good luck to him. I'm interested on seeing what this sporting director is going to do that we've got now. I don't know much about him.
Well, that's the thing. A good friend of mine went to the theatre on Tuesday, when the Champions League was on. It was 100 years of the Liverpool Empire. Blood Brothers was on, and they were revealing like a bust or like a statue of Bill Kenwright. So Moyes was there, and she said that Moyes very much wants to have more control, maybe, of which players they actually get. But it's not Moyes who's going to be the sort of director as well. There are going to be people behind the scenes who are going to do it as a kind of group. So don't expect someone to come in as a director of football. It would be Moyes with a group of people alongside him doing what they're always doing. So that's the way Moyes wants it, and Friedkins are quite happy for it to be like that as well, I think.
Yeah, I think Moyes knows what I've got trust in Moyes at the minute. Emma getting in with the banter on the comments, you know what I mean? They're on about the dye sniffles and stuff, and she says she's getting that from me tonight. Should have had my allergy tablet. Getting it from Emma in the comments. Love it. Keep the banter going. We do like a bit of banter. I don't mind getting ripped. I do get ripped sometimes. Oh, by the way, I won my pool tournament. Yeah, we're going into the game. I won my pool tournament, as I told you, Paul.
Tell us about your pool tournament, Dan.
That is my first ever.
You won the cup, didn't you?
I know. Yeah, I won the cup final in my pool, and I had the game to win it. It's the best of 9. So you've got to win 5 games to win it. I was on the 5th game, and I won my pool match. I was absolutely bricking it. And I actually won. Yeah, won cup final. So maybe that's a sign, people, that if I can win a cup final, then Everton next season going to get the cup going, I'm telling you. Right, let's get into it then. Come on. We don't want to know about me. We want to know about Everton. Let's do this.
Shall we have a look at a bit of form?
Go on then, because I ain't done my homework tonight. It's on you.
I'll gather. So we're gonna look at their one first.
Yeah, go on then. Well, you've got Paul's got the show tonight. He's got it all.
I have a bit, yeah. Bear with me.
Why are you looking? Yeah, PSG. Well done, PSG. We love you, PSG. We do. We love you, PSG. We do. We love you, PSG. We do. Oh, PSG, we love you. Not gonna lie, seeing Jones and Nunes cry was funny. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny. It was funny. All right. Oh. Nunes. Right, come on. PSG, love you.
Here we go. Right. I'll look at their one first. So this is where they are at. So mixed bag, 2 clean sheets, win away against Arsenal in there. He was in the crowd as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, Garnagay was. Love it. The comments are flooding in. We love it. Yeah, he was Garnagay.
Yeah, 2-0 against Leicester as well. So they had 2 wins on the bounce, which I don't remember if it was the first time. We certainly haven't done it many times. And then they got nipped by Newcastle Monday, 1-0. So a particular mixed bag for them. Just have a little scroll down for you just to show before that. So it's not the best run. You sort of have 1 win every 4 games on average, I guess.
A lot of red.
Yeah.
I remember from what I recall, Paul, on these, they really wasn't playing well before Potter come in, and Potter, they really didn't get the manager bounce with him straight away, did they?
No,
just
no,
got going now.
Out of the 8 games, they've had 3 wins out of 8, drawn 1, lost 4. So it improved a little bit, but when he first started, which was roughly the same kind of time as Moyes, wasn't it? So that kind of first week, I think we're looking at them losing against Villa in the cup. Good win against Fulham, I guess. But then home form for him hasn't been great. Lost against Palace. Nipped against Chelsea, lost against Brentford at home. But I mean, if you look at their away form, if anything, has been more impressive. Certainly getting wins away against Arsenal. So they set themselves up perhaps a little bit stronger away from home, which is not really what we want to hear for tomorrow. But another little stat is that in how many games? It's something like in 22 games that Moyes has played against West Ham. He's only lost 3 in 21 games against West Ham. So Moyes in 21 games against West Ham has only lost 3 times out of that. So he's got a decent record against one of his former clubs. So it'd be interesting. I think he prefers us, though. Even before he was back with us, I think he still preferred us.
They spoke about it in the press conference, and he says it's just one of them where they've got to play each other, and he's got to do well with Everton now. He has got an attachment to them because he knows all the players. He picked all the players. Like
he won a trophy with him.
Yeah, and he won a trophy with him. So, and it's given him probably one of his biggest highs in his career so far. You can't take that away. So he will have that attachment with him. Let's not beat around the bush. I think he's gonna have an attachment with them. He made that team that he's got, and he got sacked just after he wanted to take them further. So I do think he'll have a little bit of an attachment with him. Do I think that he knows that West Ham have sacked him and will never get him back? So his future is with Everton? Yeah, of course, that's the situation. And he'll want to beat them. He'll want to show some of those West Ham fans that was calling him out for playing boring football and saying that he's not good enough, that he is good enough. So he'll be massively up for winning this game. They said to him in the press conference, they said, do you think that because of you knowing stuff about West Ham, it can be an advantage? He says, no, because I know the strengths of some of the players. But I think it will be an advantage because knowing the weaknesses, it is an advantage. Because
I think what seems to have happened...
Go on, sorry.
Go on. Go on, Dan.
I was just going to say, he said, because I know the strengths, it's not an advantage, but he knows the weaknesses and the strengths. So he can tell the Everton players what they can hurt you with. And he can also tell the Everton players what they struggle with. So it's definitely an advantage that Moyes can use to it. He said it wasn't, but I 100% think it's an advantage that Moyes knows all these players, has managed these players, and he'll know how to hurt them. He will. And I'm looking forward to see how he tries. Go on.
Yeah, definitely. I was just going to say, it seems as though Potter's kind of first thing was to try and steady the defence because, I mean, bar the, even Leicester, like 2-0 against Leicester, looking at some of the teams who have played Leicester have absolutely battered them. West Ham don't seem to be scoring an awful lot of goals at the moment. But they've slowed down the conceding in the last few games. So West Ham fans will probably have mixed feelings at the moment. They're quite inconsistent, to say the least.
No, I definitely don't think they're doing better than what they did with David Moyes. I think they'll think that the grass isn't always greener.
No, not so. Shall we have a look at ours?
Let's go for it.
Okay. So this is us. Obviously, Wolves in the last game. 3 draws on the bounce. So, mixed feelings about that. I saw the... I didn't see it sort of straight after, but the Howard Webb nonsense that they do on Sky for the ref watch when they were talking about Young's non-penalty or penalty we should have had but didn't get. That whole mockery of that was just wound me up again. That so again, that's sort of frustrating that we let that lead go, but then we didn't get what we should have got at the end. Brentford mixed bag. You know, good that O'Brien got on the score sheet, and then Wolves was the lackluster one. So we've maybe not played great in two, maybe 2.5 games of football there that we have not played well, but haven't lost. So, you know, there's still positives. Unbeaten after 8. No reason why it can't be unbeaten after 9, I think.
Do you think we need to turn one? I get what you're saying. We do need to turn one of these draws into a win now. I don't want to go back to that dice stuff where it's draw, draw, draw. I do like being unbeaten in 8 because it sounds really good. 3 points is massive. 3 points is massive. And I do think for how much we've attacked, we shouldn't have draws there. If you've gone 2-0 up against Manchester United like we did, 2-0 up, and they looked really bad, United did, and we let them back in so easy. So easy. And that should be a win on that Man United game. It really shouldn't. Brentford, they was beatable. It was a bit of a 50-50 game, but I feel we could have beat them as well. So I'm not looking at that thinking it's 3 draws and we got lucky. I'm thinking Man U was 2-0 up. Brentford we could have easily have won. And I think Wolves was a game where you would say we didn't deserve it, but neither did they. I think the draw was the right result on that. But I'm looking at the 2 games below Wolves, Paul, and I'm thinking we should have won them. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, I know. But at least, you know what, in those 3 draws, the difference was that we did go out to win those games. I think we said this in the shouts before Wolves and after the Wolves game as well, is that the mentality is to go out and win the games. And you can tell that in the other ones as well. I mean, all of those games in this run, we've gone out to win those games. It's maybe only the Brighton one where we won. You just see at the bottom there, where we've actually won but defending most of the game. Most of the other ones, I'd say that we've gone out to win and give it a go, and maybe it's not gone right, but it's not gone 100% wrong either. So there's still definitely positives. We get another win. We get a win tomorrow. We get a win tomorrow, and then that looks very different, doesn't it?
Well, we've got some really, as we learned when we did the match reaction, I didn't know what our fixtures was. I don't look that far ahead. But then when we chucked on the screen how hard of a run we have got coming, I think this is massive to win this West Ham game, because you'd say this is probably, I don't call any game easy, by the way, but it's definitely the easiest team you'll come up against in our next 7 games. I'm not joking, because, and we need to take 3 points quick. As Moyes said, we're not safe yet. We don't want to go into this new stadium in the Championship. I think if we can get a win against West Ham and get 3 points, that really does set a big statement, Paul, on us. Like, we're close to being safe then, ain't we? I'll ask you now. People in the comments as well, let us know. How many more games do we need to win to be safe? That's a good question, because that's what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry, get rid of that. I think we are safe, to be honest.
How many games? You don't think we need to win no more?
I rarely say that. I very rarely say that at this stage. You know,
Nick Carr said none. Scars said 1 or 2. You actually think we're safe already, then, Paul?
Yeah, I do. I honestly think that the 3 below are just really. They're so. Are really bad. Really.
We still need to win, though, don't we?
Bad. Oh yeah, I know, but I still don't think that they will win enough. What are we?
So you're saying if we didn't win a game from now till the end of the season, we would still stay up?
Yeah, I mean, what is it? Is it 15, 16, 17 points, something like that ahead?
Emma says the same as you.
Teams. And they would have to win that many points, and us not to win a point at all. And I just can't see them getting enough points. I certainly can see us getting points between now and the end of the season, despite how tricky those fixtures are. But I honestly can't see them getting many wins. I just think they've been really, really bad. Really bad.
No, I mean, you make me feel. If you're confident, I'm confident. Normally, Paul's quite the hesitant one, but he's pretty confident. Yeah, we have been linked to that player. 60, big fee. We said we're going to do big transfer shows when the season's on the end, and I'll tell you something we will do, but that's a big link. That's like a Lukaku. We'll have to see on that one.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Anyway, be interesting. Should we look at some teams?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Right. So let's do the lineup predictions. Oh, we're looking at their team and our team.
Well, let me just adjust.
You've got the tools. I don't even know what you're going to hit me with, Paul. Do you know what I mean?
Well, at the moment, I can show you what a predicted lineup is for both of them, if you want to do that, or we can throw in the lineup builder. What do you want to do?
Go for what your first one. Do something different. Let's do it, and then we'll do our lineup together. But
yeah, right, here we go then. So this is a predicted lineup. This is flash goals, bless you. And the reason that I put that up as well is sometimes it's good to see both sides at the same time, so you can see the matchups between opposition players as well. Sort of who's going to come and attack our lads and vice versa. So, I mean, there's not a massive scope for change in our lot, although David did say that with the 2-week break, the likes of, I mean, Brozier being on the bench tomorrow, actually, which is great news. But the lads who are sort of have been long term have got a chance of being back in the next 2 weeks, which would be brilliant, especially coming to the end of the season. So it seems to be still the toss up between Decore and Alcaraz for us. But looking at their lads, they're quite a strong physical side, I would have said.
Yeah, well, Ward-Prowse, I remember when he used to play for Southampton, he's quite decent against us as a Southampton player, I'm saying. So I always wanted Ward-Prowse at Everton. I don't think he's crap, as some people make out. I think he's a dangerous player. We all know how dangerous his shooting can be. So Ward-Prowse scares me a little bit. Souček, he's normally decent against us as well. He's like a Fellaini type player, isn't he? He's a bit of a nutter, big player, strong player, arrives in the box late. So he's a decent player in the centre. So Kudus, we all know he's the man to watch. He's like very dangerous, very, very dangerous. Paqueta hasn't done it for West Ham what he's supposed to have been done, but he is a very good calibre of player. So I think you've got to watch for him. Bowen, we all know if you give him a chance to score, he probably will score against us. No Mickey Mouse team that we're coming up against here, Paul. One thing I will say is that Wan-Bissaka's a good fullback as well. But one thing I will say is that the defence, I look at that and I think they've got a good team, but I look at the defence, I think if we can get at it, we can hurt them. With Cresswell and Kilman. That defence, I honestly think if we get at that, we can hurt them.
I mean, the thing is, I'm with you. I think probably Potter's got them defending better as a team, which is maybe why they've not conceded as many goals recently. Attacking wise, well, they've got the three lads sort of in the Kudus, Bowen, and as a three. You know, they've not got a sort of standard striker, it seems, at the moment. They very much hit you on the break, and obviously with us as a home team, they might have opportunities to do that. So we've got to be aware of it. But I do fancy us. I do fancy us to get something from the game, without a doubt.
No, I fancy us as well, but I don't think it's going to be an easy game. That's all I was probably highlighting, is that I do think that it's not an easy game. And they have picked up as well. They have picked up just before they're playing, as I think they are playing a bit of Potter style now. You look at the fullbacks, they do look like a bit of a Brighton set-up team now, don't they? He's changed his defence a little bit. He's gone different on the wing backs, and he's trying to turn them into what he wants. So it's not going to be an easy game. You've got to be very wary on the counter-attack. As you've just said, with Kudus, Bowen, they might even play on right-hand side, left-hand side, and play Paqueta in the middle. You don't know, do you, on that? I think they'll have the freedom to do what they want on those three, won't they?
No, well, like Doyley said there, Mikalenko, and O'Brien, if they can keep those lads quiet, then what have they got? I think their biggest strength will be, their biggest threat to us would maybe be set pieces, because they do score off them. Like you say, Souček, people like that. Free kicks around the area, that kind of stuff, hitting us on the break. They'd be their main sort of routes to goal. But just our lads, I'm not jinxing anything. I just think our lads have been absolutely solid at the back, and have got a great relationship with each other, and we defend really well as a team. So if they do get the ball, I think we can certainly defend well enough. And if it is, I mean, the shouts are for Alcaraz, and I can absolutely understand why. And at home, without a doubt, against the side who I'd expect us to get something against, Alcaraz is the one for me. Whoever it is, Alcaraz or Decore, I think if we do pressure them higher up the pitch and win the ball in their half and try and aim to do that, then I think we've got a cracking chance of getting some goals.
Who do you think? I mean, it's come up in the comments. It's a big topic. A lot of people are saying, I want Alcaraz instead of Decore. In the match reaction, we was all saying, I think if we would have started Alcaraz instead of Decore, we probably would have been better last game. And we was all probably saying that we wanted Alcaraz instead of Decore to start. And here we are, pre-match, talking about this subject now. I mean, I'm going to ask you, Paul, not who do you want, who do you think will start? Because every time the lineup comes out, me and you look whether we've got it right, and it's always we've got it wrong because Decore is in the starting. So who do you think is going to start in the number 10? And let us know in the comments who do you actually think, not who do you want, who do you think is going to start in the number 10?
I think Decore is going to start.
Yeah.
I do. It's just one of those. I hope we've not kind of played ourselves into that situation where Alcaraz is going to be our 20-minute player.
Come on, you Blues.
Because Decore runs a lot and he's taller. I hope we don't fall into that.
Do you remember that trap? I didn't say this in the match reaction, but did you see that thing where Decore actually touched it down with a touch in the box and then hit it on the shot? I don't even know if he meant the touch, but he touched it down. He was like stretching for it. He touched it down and it went perfectly into his path. And then he had a shot with his right foot and it looked really good. Whether he meant it or not, I don't know. But I know that David Moyes likes Decore. And I'm with you. I think Decore will start.
Yeah.
It won't take Alcaraz long to take that position off him.
If you were sort of lining the pair up between, which one would be causing more problems? Alcaraz on set pieces, Alcaraz on corners, to be honest. We win the ball in the opposite, wherever we win the ball. I was going to say opposition half, but prime example, Wolves second half. Gets the ball on the edge of the box. Jimmy Garner gives a little touch, and then he skips through 2 or 3 players, and then we go forward. He lays it into Beto. Beto has a shot. It's saved. However, there's no chance Decore in that situation is going to do that, get away from them players, then have the pace and the forethought when to actually pass the ball into Beto. It would just break down because we've seen it before. So when you're weighing that up between what Alcaraz can provide on the pitch and what he can do to change a game, as opposed to Decore, who can run and press and jump up for headers, which one do you want? if it's a decision between the two.
I've
All
said all
day
along.
for me.
I think Alcaraz is more technical, but I do think Decore is good on the press. I don't mind either. I'm not against either because I'm behind whoever plays. If Decore plays, I'm not going to cry about it. I just hope he has a good game because all I care about is Everton. That's my priority, is that we win. I don't. If Moyes trusts that he can do the job, then I've got to trust Moyes and that he knows something that I don't know. And it's good that we've got two players now that's real good competition in the number 10 because we had no one. It was just Decore. So now we've actually got someone that's chomping at the bit to take that first position off Decore, to take his spot. And I do think if Alcaraz keeps doing what he's doing, I think he will eventually take Decore's spot. But it's good for Decore as well because Decore knows that he's coming to the end of his contract. And he knows that he wants to play, to put on a show, to get either a deal with us or a deal somewhere else. So it's good competition all over. And I think that's a benefit with us. I think it was spoke about in the press somewhere where they were saying, because a lot of players' contracts are up, it works in our favour because a lot of players are playing for their career. Do you know what I mean, Paul? That's the thing. They're all playing to either get another contract at Everton or they're playing to say they want to make sure they get a big wage when the free contract's up, when they leave Everton. So it is working in our favour and it's massively making these players play a lot better, I believe.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I'm just going to sort of mention Scouse's comment about Souček. I like Souček. I think he's strong, good on the ball, and as who was it? Tazil mentions, he always seems to bloody score against us as well. So I'd buy him just to stop that.
Just a toe poke. That'd be.
Always. But the thing is as well though, some people, and I might have argued it in the past to be honest, because I'd sort of think, right, go size against size, but I think Alcaraz could really create opportunities from the middle of the pitch in that 10. And I think the likes of I think he'd get away from Souček. I think he would win lots of free kicks around the area as well, just from his trickery and being able to be a bit quicker. And like Lulu says, Duke's pace, he doesn't have enough, I don't think, to get away from players. And if he does run 30, 40 yards forward, we know he's kind of getting into a bit of a cul-de-sac because that's generally what he does. Tends to not unlock anything, but some things might happen because of it rather than him actually initiating an opportunity.
I have watched West Ham play quite a bit. I like watching all my football, and I've watched West Ham play a bit, and I think Souček's weakness is when he's defending. I think his speed is going a little bit now, and I think if you get him defending, that's where he's at his weakest. That's where he's most vulnerable. If West Ham are attacking us and he's arriving in the box late or in those crosses and he's getting onto those crosses, that's Souček at his best. That's him in his element. I'm telling you. If the balls are in the box and it's scrappy, Souček, he loves that. That's his bread and butter. That's how he's made his career. But I think if you push him back, and he's probably the only defensive midfielder you can see there. Ward-Prowse a little bit with him, but if Alcaraz did, this is why I'm more towards Alcaraz. If Alcaraz did get Souček pushing back more than what he's pushing forward, you take away all his good game, and then you kind of dwell into what he's bad at as well. So that's what we've got to do, in my opinion. We've got to attack. We have to attack this game and go for it. And I honestly think Alcaraz against Souček would be good, Paul. It's going to be.
I do.
It's going to be a yellow card. There's going to be a lot of yellow cards flying about in this, isn't there? Because Souček's he's dirty. Alcaraz, if he starts, is dirty. Decore can be dirty. Garnegay loves a little bit, doesn't he? Kudus, he likes a bit of a scrap. It's going to be a feisty game, this one.
I think so. I mean, it's interesting what's the suggestions that people are throwing out. He's mentioning about, because Jimmy Garner was getting a bit of stick after the Wolves game for maybe being off the pace. So he's got one or two critics. And Alcaraz can do that. He can play in that position. I think he can affect the game further up the pitch. But I would be quite happy for him to play anywhere. Anywhere, to be honest. I think it would be most effective in that 10. But yeah, he could do an 8. Again, if you have Decore, though, in that 10, I just think it stifles I just think it stifles the. I'd rather have Decore in an 8 position and Alcaraz in a 10 to affect the game a little bit more. To be honest, Richo makes the point of maybe can he play from the left hand side? Can he do that NGI job and then maybe be that person to bring the ball inside and go from there? Maybe Decore then does the 10 job there. There's lots of different suggestions. It's good.
The suggestion there that you could have Charlie in the 10 and Dupes. I was just going to say that to you.
Yeah,
that's an option as well. There is, and you've got Irabunum as well. Irabunum's another one that does really want to play. So Irabunum could play the 10, and he can also play at the side of.
There's a good bit of competition, and the thing is, I missed a chunk of the press conference. Moyes didn't say about anyone else having any knocks or anything else, did he?
He said Peter Reid apparently isn't going to be available because he's got a bit of a twisted ankle.
No.
He said Daniel
Amakachi?
Sheed is not going to be able to play on the wing because his baby's having a baby. That's a good one.
Baby's having a baby.
His baby's having a baby.
What you can do nowadays.
It's amazing when you bullshit how much more bullshit you come up with. But yeah, it's no. He basically said Coleman's training, but he's not. He could have played last game, but you don't want him in yet. Brozier's training, could play, but Schmid is training. Could play.
So the ones who've been injured,
they're not starters.
Then they're not coming back. So generally, he's not going to change an awful lot. And this is the team that we seem to have had over the last 8 games. They'll be on the bench. They'll be ready. Come on, we've gone 8 unbeaten. So why not? I can't see him changing an awful lot. Come on, you Blues mentions the same present team. One of the top form in the Premier League, so highly unlikely to change anything. It will probably be as it is there, and Alcaraz will have to settle for the bench again, which is a shame because I think he did more in that half hour that he was on, particularly say against Brentford as well as Wolves. Did far more than 1 or 2 other people did in those games, in the whole game, than he did in half hour. So I know we do, David. He'll be back eventually.
He is at far as well. He did mention Njai, McNeil, and Calvert-Lewin as well. That he said they'll be coming back after the international break as well. They won't be far away after the international break, so we'll really strengthen up soon. Yeah. So he didn't put an exact date on it, but he said they are on the way back. You can't put dates on it just in case they have setbacks. But we've got some power horses coming in, and it makes me happy and it makes me confident. If we can grind through this patch with what we've got and get even stronger throughout the season, it's going to be nice. I just mentioned now, really, if anyone thinks that there's going to be any differences in there or you would change anything, then let us know, because obviously we've done it slightly different tonight. So drop your lineups if you've got anything in there. I think Lulu just says she likes your format, so we do try different things, and we just let us know what you want because you're watching it. We want to know how you like it.
Yeah.
Right. I was just going to say to you is it's completely gone out of my head, and it was a really good point. Do you ever have those moments where you think of something and it's that amazing that you just forget?
Must have been a lie.
Oh, it wasn't even like a lie. It wasn't even a joke. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, right, got it. What I was going to say to you is, I believe, and tell me if you think I'm brutal, I believe you get 2 chances. And you mentioned James Garner, and I think he had an off game last game. The problem is, you've got to think of it this way. If you drop him now, he could go downhill. And his last game was a really bad game, and his confidence could just shatter. So I think if you are to start James Garner, who's not been up to standard, agree. If you are to start him, he deserves a second chance. If you are to start him, I think you've got to be ready straight away to bring a player on if he is playing crap and bring him off. And I think you've got to keep doing the same. And you don't want to kill his confidence, but you do want to give him a chance to get his confidence back. And that's what we've got to do with all the players. We've just mentioned that there's really good competition. Irabunum's there. If Decore or James Garner's not playing well. Strikers are ready to come on. If Beto's not doing it, he's had 2 games where he's been a bit not took his chances. And on the wingers, whether you like it or not, Ashley Young, I think, can play on the wing. Patterson can play on the wing back now. And Alcaraz can play on the wing as well. So we've got some healthy competition. That's what we've just basically said. We have got some really healthy competition. But I'd like David Moyes to keep it competitive and not let any of these players get more game time if they're not playing well. Just take them straight off if they're not. Get it right, speak to them, get them back in and get them up to standard. That's the way we've got to be now. Is that a good speech?
That's what it was very good. I know. That was very good. I like that. It's super. I think the Lindstrom train will begin to gather a little bit of support. 75 games or something, Emma mentions. It feels like far more than that, but he'll get his goal eventually. I hope. I hope. So hopefully it's tomorrow. And that was. Did you see that? Then that was good by Craig, wasn't it?
Yeah. By the way, Dan. Yeah, I have got the T-shirt on today. I've tried. Lulu and Emma will be happy. I spoke to someone and they've got like they're doing. I think you would have seen them on the Everton website. Goodison last season at Goodison coins, and the memorable coins. And they spoke to me and they said they might be able to put one forward for the channel. So we might do a little giveaway of one of those memorabilia Goodison Park coins. And we've got like a Rob from. He says he might do something with us for a giveaway as well. So we've got loads lined up. We ain't forgetting about you, and we are pushing to make sure we can treat you subscribers. So we've got a couple of giveaways coming up. You reminded me then by talking about his top. Yeah, it's emotional because I've seen Alan Myers, and this is a hot topic again, not hot topic, but just topic. He did 11 hours at Goodison Park. I don't know what he was doing, documentary or something probably, or just saying goodbye. And
nighttime stuff.
It's hitting home now, isn't it? That it is the last season at Goodison Park. It is hitting home, and it will hit home more and more. And it's on countdown now, isn't it? It is on countdown. How many have we got left now? Then this is after this. How many have we got left?
Oh, geez, Louise.
Good question.
It is a very good question. Let me have a little
night tours. Yeah, that's what it was, Emma. Yeah, Alan Myers was on a night tour. Emma's on it now, isn't she? She's proper hardcore hooked on Everton. Always have been.
She proper is. She proper is.
On the tickets, on everything. Yeah.
I don't blame her. Right. Where am I? Sorry.
Actually, some stat man. I thought you pulled that straight out your hat, mate. Slacking for a stat.
I know. You know what?
That name's going to get taken away from you.
You got me all emotional.
Yeah.
So it kind of just threw me a little bit. I'm completely lost.
Paul is no longer going to be called Statman. He's going to be called Emotional Wreck.
Right. I am now. Let me. Too many questions at once. Hang on. The fixtures. Here we go.
What a relaxed show this is, eh? Bit of stuff in there as well.
It is nice, yeah. We've got the West Ham game.
Basically the same, weren't they?
Yes, yeah. Everyone pretty much said what we had, and most people said they thought Decore would be picked, but they would prefer Alcaraz to be in there. And then 1 or 2 messages as well, which we'll throw on, supporting Jimmy Garner to stay in the middle as well. West Ham at home, then the derby. Arsenal at home, Forest away. City at home, Chelsea away. Ipswich at home, Fulham away, and then the Swan Song, Southampton on the 18th at the moment.
Not many now.
So
not many at all.
I'm not sure about that date. Actually, I'm not sure about that date. I don't know why. I thought I'd read something that might change it. I'm not sure. And then Toontown, last day of the season.
So we've got four games at Goodison Park after this.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. including tomorrow. 5 including tomorrow.
Yeah, including tomorrow. But after this, we've only got four games at Goodison Park.
Yeah. And you know what though? I'd love to stuff Southampton and all. I'd love to bloody stuff Southampton. Honestly,
well, if we're safe, then if we're safe, we can start getting some. David Moyes did say that in the press conference.
Whatever's happened, you know, because they've done us a few times. It's been dead annoying.
Yeah,
so
unfinished business. So we've got at least 10-0 on them.
Oh God, I hope so. I honestly hope so. Yeah,
it will be really hard. Someone asked me for a ticket. It is going to be impossible, Emma, to get tickets now. No, it's getting closer now. 4 games.
It was actually I read
season ticket, obviously.
Read conversations on X and people saying they're going to go down there for the day without a ticket, not even to try and barge their way in, but just to be there for the atmosphere. It will be absolute bedlam, packed to the rafters, just packed in the streets, outside as well. It'll be a hell of an atmosphere, that's for certain. So I hope the club expect that, because outside will be just as busy as inside, I would take a guess at.
Yeah, a lot of people will go even if they can't get in the stadium for the last game, because they just want to be part of it. A lot of people won't get tickets, but they'll just turn up in the pubs outside and just last season say goodbye for the last game. They just want to get the experience to say bye, I think, to Goodison Park, the last game, and people want to be part of that. It's a shame we can't get as many as you want. It's a shame we can't get a new capacity in Goodison Park. You know what I mean? It's a shame we haven't got those seats.
I know someone suggested, why don't you put it on big screens at Bramley Moor? So yeah,
that would be a good one, wouldn't it? They should do that. They should do last season. Obviously, the last game they should do the game, but then they should open Bramley Moor dock up for people that can't get tickets as well and put it on big screen, like you just said. That'd be pretty cool. You know what I mean?
I would. I mean, they won't. They won't. However, I really would like them to open it at the end. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying it won't cause like as long as it didn't cause any bother. Do you know what I mean? Let people walk on the pitch or whatever. They won't. I know they won't. But it would just be nice to have that kind of end where there's no kind of steward saying stay back and all this sort of stuff. You know, everyone can just enjoy it for what it is at the end.
That'd be class, that would. Shout out to you know him. We have him on the channel, absolute legend. He hasn't gone, by the way. He has got. I've had my baby Eiley, but he's not far away from having his baby as well. I've been keeping in touch with him. Yeah, he has got a baby on the way, and he's not far. And I've been messaging him and stuff. New job as well. Rob Keys. He's got a new job, baby on the way. He's got graft even more. And he's busy, but he's definitely coming on the show again because we love him. You know, we love him. But he's just put 20 quid towards the. It costs us a bomb, this channel, to be fair. Cheers for the support. It all helps. Otherwise, it comes out of our pocket all the time. So cheers, Rob Keys. Love you. All right, thanks for your support.
Yeah,
15 points, no problem. Right, what we got? Score prediction.
Should we start getting people? Put your score. Oh, guess your score. Come on. This is the fun part.
Proper dad moves there was, wasn't it? The older you get, the more dad moves you just pick up. You know what I mean? 21, Dan. You are 21. Don't ever forget that. Right. Score predictions. It's your favourite part of the show. I know for a fact, even if you was all the way through the show shy and not commenting, you will comment on score predictions because you just got that urge. Everyone loves a score prediction. What we do is we want you to tell us what score you think it's going to be, but we also want you to give the goal scorers. We're specific. If you haven't already hit that like and subscribe, please do so. We will keep saying that because we want the channel to grow. We put a lot of effort into it, so we want it to do well. Right, so score predictions. And Paul, you're going first.
I'm going first.
Yeah. Sorry, put my foot down on that.
It's all right. I'll tell you what. I'll put Rob's reply on there just while I'm thinking of me score.
Any day now. I'm so excited. He's going to be here. Can't wait.
Dance, little dance together.
Seen him get all the stuff. He had all the stuff ready, and I showed him a picture of me and Eiley with all the stuff, and I said, "You got it to come and stuff." Getting excited now. Can't wait.
Plug your family bubble, because there's been some cute videos on there, to be fair.
Well, do you know what? We're only on 28 subscribers, and it turns out until you get 50 subscribers, it's weird starting like a family channel from scratch, because obviously Toffee Bluecast is just it shows me how well Toffee Bluecast has done to start one from scratch, and it's only on 28 subscribers family bubble. But if we hit 50, we can start doing live stuff, and it's just what we do in life. Like generally, there's loads of days out uploading. Just we did upload 2 videos. There was a challenge of a Royal Rumble on a sofa, which was fun. A Royal Rumble on a sofa, and then there was a food taste test that Lisa and Eliana did, and that was really fun as well. And I put a lot of effort into it, so it's not, but it isn't where it needs to be yet. When it's got a lot of people watching it, I feel the content's that good now that they'll love it. But I need a push on it basically to get it going, because the kids are loving it, the partner likes it, and I like it. Family Bubble, so just Family Bubble 5, and you'll see it. And
if you
get on it if you want.
if you get the chance, watch Chloe trying to lift Dan onto the couch.
Emma, she's doing good, but she's just always trying to get out making the cup of teas and stuff like that. She used to make me a cup of tea every morning, and now she's gone on strike. I'm not making a cup of tea, so she's doing good, Emma, but playing like hard work. You know what I mean?
Emma, can you imagine living with Dan though? Do you know?
No, God bless her. To be fair, God bless Chloe. I'm a nice person.
Oh, score predictions, right? So there's going to be. I think there's going to be goals in it. I think, which sounds. I mean, God, if it's like Decore and Beto leading the attack, but they were when we beat Spurs. Do you know what I mean? So, I'm going 2-1. I said 2-1 for the Wolves game, didn't I? I think as well. I'm going to go 2-1. So, even if we concede first, yeah, I think we'll get 2-1. I think be bloody Souček, won't it, for them? It will be, just because it always is. So Souček for them. For us, dare I say Lindstrom, 70-odd games and counting. I mean, Harrison did it last week, and that was 20-odd games. So let's have the other side this time. So let's have Harrison giving Lindstrom an assist, and Lindstrom gets a goal. And then the winner will come from someone coming off the bench. Ooh. I mean, if you've got no, it's too soon, isn't it? Brozier or Schmidt coming on last 10 minutes.
I want Radiant back.
I'll go Alcaraz. I tell you what, I'll go Alcaraz because he'll come on eventually. So Lindstrom and Alcaraz for me, 2-1 win.
Who's that in the comments? So you've gone for Souček and your Everton goal scorers. 2 goal scorers are
Lindstrom and Alcaraz will get the winner.
No, that's an interesting one. I just want to say on my score prediction last time, I did say a winger was going to score, and Paul didn't pick Harrison because he had a Harrison grudge. So I would have got it right. But because of Paul, didn't. Right. Harrison did score. I'm going to go for. Come on. Probably got Chloe giving it large about me in the comments, so it's going to put me off on my score prediction here. I'm focused, Daniel. 3-1. 3-1. I'm going to go for 3-1 to Everton. I'm going to go win. I don't go lose very often. Have they ever gone loss?
Have you ever gone loss? No chance.
Yes. Have they ever gone loss?
No.
Mate. Lost.
Never.
Lost.
Never.
Lost.
Never. It's not in your vocabulary, Dan, I don't think. Never be defeated. Don't know the meaning of losing. Do you know what I mean?
I actually think that I would quit the channel if I ever went lost. And that's not saying you subscribers shouldn't go lost, by the way, because if you do say lose, fair enough. But you know, I'm an idiot. I watch like Rockies like in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm not going to go lost. I'm not. I ain't got it in me. Ain't got it in me.
Yes.
Right. So 3-1. Goal
Scorers.
scorers. For them, I'm going to go for Kudus. He's one that is a bit of a sore wound, that one, Paul Kudus, because we was about to get him. It's really weird because if Anthony didn't go to Man United, we would have got Kudus. And Anthony isn't even at Man United anymore. It was the biggest flop signing ever. So we would have got Kudus if that didn't happen. We're probably an obligation to buy. So it hurts me a little bit because he's a good player and he would have been ideal. But we have Alcaraz, so we move on. So I'm going to go for Kudus for them. And then for the 3 goal scorers for us, I did put Lindstrom on the free kicks with Alcaraz. Both look good at free kicks, by the way. That's nice to see. So I'm going to give it to Lindstrom. Lindstrom, Alcaraz. I think Alcaraz is going to have a sneaky start. I put Decore because I want to get it right, but I want Alcaraz. So Lindstrom, Alcaraz, and Beto to get a goal. That'd be nice.
Beto.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Beto the ball. So yeah, Lindstrom,
Big
first
Beto.
goal, get that ticked off. Alcaraz, and Beto. They're my 3 goal scorers. And then kudos for them.
Can we go 3-0 up first, though, so we can just kind of be calm about it?
I'm never confident. Like, even if we're like 5-0 up in 80 minutes.
5 minutes to go. I know.
That Bournemouth game will always, and I know Bournemouth's in the comments now, which is probably making it flash in my head more. That Bournemouth game will never go away. Never.
We've had too many of them. I remember in the Newcastle one where we were 2-0 up
as well, yeah.
90 minutes, 91
you wouldn't believe it's real.
Jesus.
Doesn't look real. Couldn't be possible. Couldn't be possible in football.
No, it shouldn't be. We've got loads of scores in, so I'll
get them in. Love it.
There's
been 400 people clicked on, so that's really good. Thanks all for listening. And if you do it, like and subscribe. Got some giveaways coming up.
Right, so Scouse 2-0 O'Brien and Alcaraz. If he starts, I would say 2-0 Alcaraz. If he didn't start, I think we'd still.
I like that. Do you know what? That's the problem when you do your score prediction, Paul. Is I can see O'Brien scoring. I can see Braithwaite due a goal. Tarkowski due a goal. Mikolenko, Magic Miko, he's due one left back. He bombs it forward, and yeah, I can see defenders scoring. I like that. It's nice to see goals all over. Because can you remember when? Can you remember when we did the show when Everton was in real trouble and was on the verge of getting relegated 2-3 seasons ago, and people were saying, "Yeah, but who's going to score? Who's going to score for Everton when we couldn't win a game?" They said, "Who's going to score a goal? Nobody can score a goal." That's what they were saying. And now we feel like there's goals all over. That's a nice feeling.
And we found out it was Michael Keane.
Found out it was Decore against Bournemouth to keep us up. But don't matter, does
it? True enough. Nick went 3-1 as well. He fancy. I like this, Nick. Well done. Nick now puts the minutes of the goals, by the way. You don't even need to watch the game because you know when it's going to happen. Beto after 17, Braithwaite after 36. Oh, no, sorry. Lindstrom after 17. Oh, Lindstrom after 17. Beto after 36. Braithwaite makes it nice and calm on the hour. Kudus makes us a little bit wobbly after 77 minutes. 3-1. Good on you, Nick.
It's not far away from mine, eh? I'll tell you, one player different, same score as mine. And only Braithwaite different to mine to Alcaraz, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Nick,
no, I like
we could be best friends.
And a flurry of 2-0s as well. So Tazul 2-0. Awesome. Doyley 2-0. Mentioned like Scouses. David 2-0 as well. Emma went 3-0.
It's gone big. She's positive.
Hey, she's good though at predicting. She's good at predicting.
Yeah, she knows her stuff. Right, I like it when she goes really. If she said draw, I'd be scared. Because she gets the draws, all right.
Doyley reckons his 2-0 be a Beto double. Could well be. Lulu 3-1. Beto, Lindstrom, and a West Ham own goal. Who would you fancy getting an own goal for them?
Well, Ward Prowse, if he scored an own goal, it'd go top corner, wouldn't he? Because he's that good at shooting. You could see you could see Souček getting an own goal sometimes. I know we said he's good, but you could see him like just doing like us doing something stupid in the box.
Could well be.
Souček's got his handful.
I know. O'Brien, Beto, and Alcaraz. Emma went with. Scar went 3-1 as well. Popular scoreline. Big Beto, Jimmy
Big
Garner,
Beto.
and Mikalenko spreading it out there. That's good.
I like it.
And David's 2-0, he went Alcaraz with a brace as well.
2 goals.
Craig, our mate at Bournemouth, has gone for us in a 3-1.
Like it. Cheers, Craig.
And in sort of camaraderie, Tazula's gone 2-1 for Bournemouth against Brentford. Megs is in. Lovely Megs. Who's a Forest fan, actually. We don't hold it against her. She's lovely.
Done well this season, to be fair. Fair play.
I know, no, but hey, go for it. Champions League, why not? I'm going for a 3-0. Yeah, thank you very much, darling. Yeah, brilliant. 3-0 would do us, without a doubt. So we've got lots of scores there. I have got other ones coming in as well. Let me just catch up a little bit. Who would take a penalty while fan in the next one?
I think it would be very hard to take a penalty off Alcaraz who was on the pitch. He's like Richarlison. Remember when Richarlison got angry when you didn't let him take the penalty? I think Alcaraz will be the same. I think he'd really want to take the penalty. He did it with the free kick when he first come. Remember, he just joined Everton and he pushed everyone away and took the free kick and hit the post. I think if Alcaraz was on, he'd definitely demand to take it. It's weird that Beto don't take penalties because we got told that Beto used to take penalties for his former club.
I know,
he used to take penalties for his former club.
You know what, though? If Beto did,
you'd be scared.
What would your reaction be? I love him, but if he steps forward to take the penalty, I'm worried, and that's ridiculous because he's our striker. But
you've got to let Pickford take the penalty. Pickford would be amazing.
All day long. Pickford for me. I'd have him first choice.
I'd let him take the free kick.
Megs reckons that if Beto scores, she's going to blast out. Things can only get better on karaoke. So
Pickford was at Cheltenham as well. I've seen Pickford was at Cheltenham. Seen that.
Yeah. Beto hat-trick, El Tel. Good on you. Why not?
I like it a lot. He needs it, doesn't he? Loads of score predictions in. Thanks everyone for putting your score predictions in. Makes us feel good when loads of people are commenting.
We can't not have a Eugene, can we?
What's he got?
What do you think he's got?
Well, you never know. He could have been hacked.
No, you always know with Eugene. You always know with Eugene.
You do know.
4-1, Beto hat-trick, and someone else this time. It's the Corey. So always the way.
West Ham. Yeah, I love it. Beto hat-trick.
Exactly.
I wonder if do you know where Eugene always does the same score prediction, and a lot of the he likes the small ones. I wonder if he's like that in life. I wonder if Eugene's got like a routine. He has to wake up at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock routine. Weetabix. Ask me Weetabix. Measures the milk.
Right. Yeah, in a particular spoon that size, kind of.
Yeah, measures the milk.
Size.
All of the meals are in the fridge in order in the boxes, same meals each week, all planned out.
I have mounds of respect for anyone who can purposely be like that.
Yeah, I know. I wish that.
I'm just too lazy to do it. Eugene, we love you anyway.
Yeah, I do.
And Doyley says that we don't get penalties anyway, so no need to worry about it whatsoever. He also thinks Beto will get the first goal at Everton new stadium. So that'll be good. The Morales. Yeah, when you mentioned that. Let's see. Nick's just mentioned about getting Jimmy Garner offset pieces, Lindstrom and Alcaraz. I knew people were asking Craig from Bournemouth about whether he spoke to Matt Letizia from Southampton. I just wanted to let you know that one. Top bloke. Bit of a nutter, but yeah. And that's where we are. So everyone's kind of positive. There's no one even throwing us down for a draw tomorrow. And lots of goals in the mix as well, which is really good. Really, really good.
Really enjoying the shows at the minute. And it's massively... I enjoy the shows all the time because I love a lot of the people in the comments and it's nice to connect with Everton fans. So I always enjoy it because we get to know you in the comments. We get to know more Everton fans. But I'm loving it even more so now because Everton we're doing decent. We're picked up a little bit, and you can have an Everton game and still have a good weekend. They're not ruining our weekends. They're not ruining our weeks. Yeah. And I think that's the good part. Because no matter what it is, we care about Everton a lot. And if Everton lose or play shit, you're a bit pissed off. And Saturday, you're pissed off, and your weekend's crap because you're a bit pissed off Saturday and Sunday. If you care, you are. I know it's sad, but we are pissed off when we lose. So all I'm saying is now Everton are doing decent. Life's good, Paul. Life is much better in the football way. So, yeah, we just need to keep it up. We do need to keep it up. I don't want to lose this one, but I don't want to go into this derby after this international break. By the way, we've got the derby. I know Paul hasn't mentioned it all because he's pooing his pants, but we did well with the last one that you went to. I don't want to go into this derby with not winning. Now, I want us to win this game 110%, but just make sure we don't lose it. If we drew it and we're going into it unbeaten in 9, I feel like that'd be better than going into it with a loss. So I'm not pulling out of my win, but I'm just saying I feel like we need to keep this form. When you go into it with this form, it feels better. It feels good for the players. The players are like, we haven't been beaten in 9 games. The form's better. And it's in their heads, and they think they can't get beat. And it just helps, trust me. So we need to keep this up. We do. I've heard their goalie is nippy.
I'll let that hang. I'll let that hang there.
Oh, it's class. The comments have been class tonight.
I'm looking forward to it. We're back to 3 o'clock tomorrow as well. So happy days. We got our evening back.
Right, everybody. That is it. As much as we don't want to leave you, but we are going to have to love you and leave you. That is the end of the show. We will be back tomorrow straight after the game with a match reaction after West Ham, and then we get a break. So let's make sure it's a good one. I can't wait. You can't wait. So see you tomorrow, everyone. Kick-off's 3 o'clock, yeah?
3 o'clock. Enjoy it.
Up the toffees. Up the toffees.